And now, Public Affairs Director, Rick Kitson.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us here tonight as we celebrate the 2015 CREST Awards. This is one of the most excellent events that we have here in Cupertino, where we celebrate many, many remarkable people who make this a really, truly remarkable community. You'll see on the program in small print on the cover, CREST stands for Cupertino Recognizes Extra Steps Taken. And we realize that this is just a small token of appreciation for incredible work, hundreds, sometimes thousands and thousands of hours of work that the people and the organizations that we honor every year, that they bring to our community. So tonight, as we recognize our recipients this year, I want you to also take a look inside your program, and you'll see many, many names, some of them familiar, many of them familiar, many in this room who are really the who's who of Cupertino. So if you see any of these people, it goes on for several pages. Please thank them, because they've made Cupertino a genuinely wonderful place to live. So with that, let me please introduce our Vice Mayor, Barry Chang.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's event. I was told I cannot be late because the mayor cannot make it, so the vice mayor has to be here on time. So I'm glad I made it. I just wanted to let you know, between the ordinary and extraordinary is that extra. So when Rick was mentioning about that extra step or extra mile, all these volunteers did for our city, is make this city great, and I really want to appreciate everybody's contribution. And so we'll go on the program, start the program with the family giving tree.
Wishes came true last December at Live Oak Adult Day Service when a group of seniors opened their gifts and found just what they wanted. The Family Giving Tree program was at it again, fulfilling holiday wishes. Last year at Live Oak in Cupertino, 45 wishes were satisfied as happy recipients were presented with warm blankets and comforters, jackets, watches, grooming items, and gift certificates. Earlier in the year, the Family Giving Tree targeted a younger gathering of beneficiaries, 70 children who received backpacks filled with grade-appropriate school supplies. The youngsters were referred by De Anza College's Occupational Training Institute. In 2014, the two Cupertino groups were among 71,600 Bay Area holiday gift recipients and 32,866 students who received backpacks. The Family Giving Tree is the largest gift and backpack donation program in California. Whether it's a box of bath soaps or a fully equipped backpack, the Family Giving Tree is dedicated to sharing its belief in the power of giving and delivering joy to young and old.
So, Family Giving Tree was started from two students at the San Jose State University MBA program, started as a project. And the first year they distributed over 2,000 gifts to 300 students in East Palo Alto. And then now they have more than 7,200 volunteers sorted out, as you can see, those gifts. So their biggest challenge is to find a corporation to lend them a space, a storage space, so they can store their gift. So if you know any corporation that have extra space, please let them know. That's their biggest challenge. So let's welcome Jennifer Carmine. Jennifer. So I'm not going to go through it because there will be a county supervisor's certificate and then also from all different elected officials. That will take a lot of time up, but I'd rather to have you say a few words so that everybody know. Okay.
Sure,
Go ahead.
happy to.
Yeah.
Thank you. This is really an honor. Our co-founder Todd and I were at San Jose State 25 years ago when we got the idea for the Family Giving Tree, and so we're very grassroots. We have a staff of 14 elves and 8,000 volunteers that come and help us every year. So thank you very much for this honor. And if you see Family Giving Tree wish cards, either for backpacks and school supplies or holiday gifts, I hope you'll participate because we're helping local kids.
Thank you. So just mention the name, otherwise they may be not happy. Okay. So Congressman Mike Honda give the certificate of special congressional recognition. And a proclamation from our mayor, so he will be here shortly. And then from State Senator Jim Bell.
I need a new office.
Okay. You need a new-
wall.
Big wall,
Big
okay.
wall.
All right. This one is from State Assembly Member Evan Law. And I forgot to introduce Evan's Representative Patrick. Ehan, you want to? Yeah. Is my Honda's represented here? Okay, maybe he will come in there. And this one is from County Supervisor Joe Smithian. Thank you.
Thank you so
Sure.
much.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Next one, let's recognize Angela Chen. Angela, you.
Angela Chen retired 3 years ago, but she never stopped working. Now public service is her permanent job, and it comes with plenty of overtime. A veteran volunteer, Angela has been active in the city for 3 decades. Last year, when the Cupertino Hsinchu Sister City Association Board voted to join the Chamber of Commerce, she served as liaison for the two groups, promoting involvement in cultural events like the Lunar New Year Luncheon and the Diwali Festival, and helping to organize the Mandarin Seminar for Small Business. With characteristic energy, she took on tasks for the Chamber's Asian American Business Council and became a regular participant in the Chamber's legislative committee meetings. Beyond these new activities, Angela continued in her roles as treasurer for the Sister City Group, board member for both the De Anza Foundation and the Cupertino Sanitary District, and member of the Cupertino Audit Committee. A strong background in finance, a deep-seated desire to serve, and an uncanny ability to motivate others and bridge cultures, Angela is an invaluable resource who will always have a job in Cupertino.
As you heard, she served on the Hsinchu Sister City and also served on the audit committee and now also serve on the sanitary district. I mean, your sewer water, if there's any backup, call her. When I was serving with her at the audit committee, I find out she was very particular, very detail-oriented. So you want to say a few words?
Definitely. Well, thank you so much, Vice Mayor Chen, and everybody who's here today. I appreciate you spending time here. This is really great feeling to be able to do what I enjoy doing so much and getting recognized for it. I love being a volunteer for Cupertino. And the reason for that is I get to meet so many great people. I learn so much from everybody I work with. You saw almost all of them from the video that just showed here. And the most importantly, I'm always one of the first ones to get to know the news of the city that I live in and I love so much. And see, all of this started years ago when I took the leadership Cupertino class from Barbara Rogers. Former Mayor Rogers was the leader of the Leadership Cupertino class. She not only led Cupertino as the mayor, she also gave all she knew to the community and to the class members that I took class with. And I was immediately impressed with Mrs. Rogers' smooth communication style and her deep connection with the public service and the private sectors, and also her dedication to the community in bringing up new volunteers. So thank you, Barbara. She cannot be here today, but she sent flowers. So she's not only my role model, my mentor, and also she's a great giver. And I get to work with so many great friends at the Asian American Business Council at Chamber, and they're all here to support me today. So I want to recognize all the members from the Chamber Asian Business Community Council, and Vicky Tsai, and Teresa Liao, and Chun Ling, and Annie Tsai. Vicky, I mentioned Vicky. Okay, thank you so much for being here to support me tonight. And I see former Mayor Orrin Mahoney. He brought me into the Dianza Foundation. Thank you, Orrin. It's a great foundation. I get to meet great friends, VITA. I learned so much from each and every one of you. So that's definitely one of the benefit and advantage for being a community volunteer. And the next, I really would like to recognize my good friend Vicky Tsai. Vicky is such a generous person. She's generous in giving her time and money to all the volunteers, to all the nonprofit organizations. And I learned so much from Vicky, and she has the gift of giving advices to all the volunteers that she supported. And she knows when to say what at the most appropriate moment. So thank you, Vicky, for being a great friend, a great contributor to our community. In the Hsinchu Sister City, it's a small group, but it does so much. All the members on the committee, they are my partners, they're my great friends, and they're my sisters. Janet Song, and Penny Pan, and Jia Ling, and also Vicky Tsai. We worked so well together for many, many years, and they're the great friends I met for doing the community work. It's a great benefit of being a volunteer, which I met great people and I met great friends. And lastly, no volunteers can do any work without the support of families. And families are important. I remember about 15 years ago when I was first appointed to the Planning Commission, my son Jonathan was only 12 at that time. He's here today. And he had to spend endless hours listening to me talking about projects. And he also visited many projects with me. And John, I just want to thank you for your patience, for your support. And my niece, Patricia Tsai, is also here tonight. She's my fashion consultant. So if I don't look presentable, you know why. Blame her. And lastly, and most importantly, my great support, my best friend, my husband, Leon Lee. Leon works for a public agency, so naturally, he's the go-to person for me to get advices and also get confirmation. Thank you, Leon. He not only has to take over the cooking job in the family, he also had to eat alone most of the time because his wife is out in meetings. So I don't know what to do without you, my dear husband. Thank you for being so supportive and being my best friend. And lastly, I want to thank Cupertino City Council and also the CREST Selection Committee for giving me this opportunity to openly express my appreciation to all the people that supported me, that helped me. And so with that, I got to share this award with all of you, my friends, my family, and all the volunteers in the Cupertino community. Thank you all.
So that's CREST Award. And this one is from County Supervisor Joe Smithian. And then this one is from our mayor, Rossing. And then this one is from, let me take a look, from Congressman Mahanda. Okay. And then from State Senator Jim Bell and the State Assembly Member Evan Law.
Evan, of
Thank you.
course, Evan's a good friend.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you. Vice Mayor Chen.
So just in case you don't know, her husband worked at San Jose, Santa Clara Water District. So if you have water problem, call her too, okay? Or if you have a sewer problem, definitely call her, because we're reaching to the capacity now in the city of Cupertino. So, and then also when she mentioned about Vicky know when to say what, and that's my biggest problem, okay? A lot of time I don't know when to say what, so maybe I should hire Vicky for consultant for the next project. The next one, let's recognize Jim Harrah. Jim, you want to come up too? Go ahead.
At age 70, many people might begin dialing back on volunteer work. But when Jim Harrah hit that milestone birthday, he was just revving up. Now, 24 years later, having helped guide the Cupertino Senior Center through more than 2 decades of expansion in 3 different buildings, Jim is still an active force in the center's volunteer program. Though health issues have compelled him to slow down, this spirited 94-year-old continues to set a pace for himself that few contemporaries can match. Last year, as he does every year, Jim created several flyers on his computer for the center's travel program and hand-delivered them to the staff. Throughout the course of his volunteer work at the Senior Center, he has used his background in advertising to design thousands of flyers for the facility's many and varied programs. In addition to supporting and attending classes and programs at the center, Jim continues to donate his services to St. Jude's Episcopal Church in Cupertino. When asked how he's managed to remain involved for so long, Jim smiles and credits his volunteer work, which he says has kept him active, engaged, and out of trouble.
Hi, Jim. See you.
Okay. So Jim volunteer at the senior center. Have you been? How many of you have been to a senior center? Raise your hand. It's well run, right? It's all because of Jim. So now, Jim, you want to say a few words? Go ahead.
Well, I'd have never gone to the senior center till after my 70th birthday because I felt it was just a place for old folks. But Diane Snow said she needed some help and doing some flyers and some things, and she knew that I had spent my entire lifetime in publications from the printer's devil to publisher, and so I went over the next day, and sure enough, they needed a flyer made for one of the travel things. Well, they had a typewriter, and I had a computer. And I had a little experience in advertising and things, so it was sort of a natural fit. A couple of years later, they began to get some computers, and I got a little more things done with mine, and so I kept putting out more things or flyers. We took their newsletter from 4 pages up to 10 pages. Of course, they're doing most of the work on it now. But during the time, as it says, I've probably created 2,500 flyers for their various programs, travel, the various games, all their various products there. 3 years ago, I got someone else started doing part of it, so I'm partially retired. I used to work 40 hours a month, and now I only work 12 hours a month. So it's been a great experience for me, and I thank everybody for the opportunity to have been at the Senior Center and to keep myself busy. Thank you.
This is a CREST Award. Okay, and this one is from the County Supervisor Joe Smithian, and then one from our Mayor Ross Singh. And this one is from Congressman Mahanda. Okay.
Right.
And then this one is from State Senator Jim Bell. And this one is from State Assembly Member Evan Law. Thank you very much.
It's a good thing I have a computer. I got a lot of thank you letters to write, too.
The other day I stopped by the senior center, and all the staff are so nice. So I want to recognize all of them. Jimmy, Nemi, Julia Nemi, yeah. And then Kim Fries. Can you stand up? And then all the senior center staff in the back. Thank you very much. And they told me I'm qualified to get the parking permit. You know, senior center, very hard to find a parking. So I did not know I'm at that age too, you know. Thank you very much, appreciate it. Next one, let's bring Council Member Gilbert Wang coming up to introduce the rest, some of them coming up.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. How's everyone doing tonight? I'm always proud to come to the CREST Award, as I myself is a CREST awardee back in 2005. So I'm so happy to see so many people out here supporting our awardees tonight. Tonight's recipient that I'm going to be introducing is Mr. Lichung Ting. Can we please roll the tape?
Reserved, soft-spoken Lichung Ting may go unnoticed sometimes, but at West Valley Community Services, he makes his presence known in a very big way. Lee has donated more than 800 hours of volunteer work to the agency, beginning with his duties in the food pantry. More than simply organizing groceries and assisting clients, he willingly takes on the tasks others might shy away from. Emptying the trash, sorting through spoiled food, cleaning the pantry at the end of a busy day, and lifting the heavy loads. Additionally, he supplements his 4-hour food pantry shift by providing critical translation services for Chinese-speaking clients. In this capacity, Lee helps with in-person translations during appointments, and he calls clients to inform them of programs and services. He also translates documents such as flyers and letters, a great benefit for case managers who work with monolingual clients. Beyond these contributions, Lee supports WVCS financially and by volunteering at special events and fundraisers. While Lee's manner may be quiet and unassuming, there's no denying his big heart speaks volumes.
So it is my honor to present to Mr. Lichung Ting this year's CREST Award. As an immigrant to this country before he retired, he was a high-tech career person, and he wanted to give back to the community. He spent most of the time at the West Valley Community Service, which is a supports housing and food pantry. And also, as we have a large immigrant community, he was also a translator helping people transition into our wonderful city. So it's my honor to give this award to Mr. Ting.
I'm honored to receive this award, and I'd like to thank West Valley for the nomination and the City Council for accepting it. I also like to thank my wife for her support and my son for introducing me to West Valley. As you will see from today's recipients, there are many people and organizations related to the West Valley Community Service. And also for last year, 2014, among the 10 recipients, 5 were related to West Valley. So I think this attests that West Valley Community Service has made great contributions to our community. So if you say, what has West Valley done for us? So during the past year, West Valley served 8,000 clients. That's enough to fill the Flint Center 3.5 times over. And they distributed 770,000 pounds of food. And they provided $65,000 in financial aid to 84 families. 2 294 children received their birthday celebrations, and 148 school-aged children received back-to-school programs. And the list goes on and on. And one of the items is during the last year, 30 homeless individuals were placed into permanent housing with West Valley. So the volunteers help on the basic operations of WVCS, and the staff is the one who does the hard job. They not only go above and beyond what's needed for them, they also did it with dignity, respect, and compassion. So I'd like to thank West Valley Executive Director Naomi for giving Cupertino such a wonderful organization. I have some sad news for the audience. Naomi will be leaving us on June 15th. She has been with West Valley Community Service for 10 years. And during her tenure, West Valley Community Service has grown in every aspect. It has a strong staff and a great management structure and effective relationship with government agencies and foundations. So, for example, during her tenure, she established a partnership with El Camino Hospital, County of Santa Clara, City of Cupertino, City of Saratoga, and the town of Los Gatos. And with additional funding from all these organizations, she was able to expand the programs and the services. And she also extended the office hours so the working pool will be able to access services so they don't have to take time off from work. And she also determined that access to critical services like healthcare was totally lacking for many residents in Cupertino. So she addressed the issue to have the case managers getting the Cover for America certification, and they can help the clients get into those programs. And in 2009, she was named the 11th Senate District Woman of the Year in recognition for her outstanding service and dedication in creating a stronger community for the citizens of the West Valley. So thank you, Naomi. Good luck, and we will miss you. If you are interested in helping WVCS, they currently need cleaners and helper in the food pantry. So last year, 736 individual volunteers, over 18,000 hours. Every volunteer I know is self-starting and hardworking. They can't all be here on the stage tonight, so I'm accepting the award on behalf of all of them. Thank you.
So thank you, Mr. Ting, for the service that you do for West Valley Community Service. This is the CREST Award, as well as various certificates, proclamations from the federal, state, county, and local that Vice Mayor Chen reported, and congratulations again. I don't want that to drop. As Mr. Ting said, we have 10 wonderful winners, and half of them came from West Valley Community Service. So that's really a huge achievement. Our next recipient is the West Valley Community Service VITA program. Can we please roll the tape?
Taxes may be one of life's certainties, but the anxiety that comes from filing them? Not necessarily. That's the hope behind West Valley Community Services' useful tax help program known as VITA for Volunteer Income Tax Assistance. With the aid of IRS certified volunteers, qualified low and moderate income residents receive basic income tax preparation with electronic filing at no cost. The program at WVCS also includes specialized tax counseling for the elderly, with emphasis on pensions and retirement issues unique to seniors. Last year, the agency's VITA project helped 77 clients prepare their taxes and brought in nearly $95,000 in tax refunds. 7 volunteers on the VITA team serve as tax preparers, greeters, and interpreters. The volunteers are bilingual in Mandarin, Vietnamese, and Hindi. Patient and highly professional, these volunteers return year after year to offer their time and expertise to help navigate the complex waters of tax law and to keep client stress levels from rising.
As you can see from this tape, VITA has been a vital service to our community. There are many immigrants who come to this country and doesn't know what April 15th is, but we all know what April 15th is, that we have to pay our income tax. To help these new immigrants, VITA provides a really good translation service for language access to help these folks go through this process. So it's my honor to give this award to VITA. So I don't know if you had one speaker, but if you can just introduce yourself, and then I'll give you the word.
Okay. I'm Elizabeth Hui. This is Mingxing, and this is Cathey, and I just wanted to say a little bit. So first, I just want to thank WVCS family for nominating the VITA team for the CREST Award, and thank you to the City of Cupertino for honoring us with this award. Also, we would like to thank Bill Blanchard, who could not be here today, but he has been our VITA site coordinator since 2011. Just a brief little history of what VITA is. United Way Silicon Valley partners with the IRS, churches, nonprofit organizations around Santa Clara County, and to offer free tax aid. This tax aid help is VITA, which is Volunteer Income Tax Assistance. Santa Clara County has more than 45 VITA sites around the county, and we host one at WVCS. According to United Way this past year, 501 VITA volunteers assisted 8,675 taxpayers in receiving a total of $8.96 million in refund. And so we just want to thank WVCS again, especially Sujatha, Michelle, and Christine for opening up WVCS for us and just being able to help the clients that you guys help. And yeah. Thank you.
So it is my honor to give to West Valley Community Service VITA team the 2015 CREST Award, as well as proclamation certificates from federal, state, county, and local. Let's give them a huge round of applause. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
As Mr. Ting spoke earlier, West Valley Community Service is losing a great executive director, and Naomi Matsumoto, I have known her for many, many years, and we're really going to miss her. And you can tell by the awardees that they presented, it's going to be really, they're doing a great job, and we really will miss her a lot. It's my pleasure now to introduce my other colleague, Councilwoman Savita Vatanathan, to present the next 2 awardees.
Thank you, Gilbert. It's good to have a tough last name, so if I mispronounce you, then forgive me. It's my honor to introduce Goette, so please roll the tape.
Wherever in the world his work takes him, Goette carries with him a concern and a passion for the safety of his hometown. A busy executive always on the move, Gerd finds the will and time to log countless volunteer hours as the leader in the Cupertino Citizen Corps and a dedicated member of the CERT and CARES groups. Last year, while on the Citizen Corps Steering Committee, he was instrumental in securing a place for the Corps in the city's Emergency Operations Center. Thus, in the event of a local disaster, Gerd will be close on hand to help coordinate communications between the city and a host of field volunteers. A regular attendee of the Cupertino Disaster Council, he devotes precious leisure time to emergency preparedness, taking on more than 200 hours of extra training to earn an emergency management certificate from the state of California. Using the considerable skills he has as a manager, Gerd defines and develops the training and qualities that are needed to shape an efficient, essential group of volunteers, a citizen corps that can be called upon at a moment's notice when the need is at its most critical.
Welcome, Gerd. As a council member, I'm also on the Disaster Council, and I am learning such a lot, just scratching the surface, and I'm truly, truly honored to be presenting this award to you. Would you like to speak first?
I'll just say a couple of words here. Well, first of all, it's an honor. Thank you very much for recognizing my work with this reward. I'm actually accepting it on behalf of all the volunteers in the Citizen Corps because I think there's many people in the organization who deserve it as much as I do, if not more. And some of them are in here. People ask me quite often, don't you have a day job? Why do you need to do that? And I typically mention 3 reasons why I actually do that. The first one is being an immigrant in this city and in this country, I found it a way to give back a little bit, and that's something I enjoy doing, and I think it's just a fair thing because I was received with open arms here. The second one is what started off as just getting myself a little bit more prepared for an emergency. I recognized how important it is that we all together as a community, as a city, and as a county and a state and a country prepare for emergencies. It's something where you can never get enough done. The job will never be finished, but it's important that we take every step that we can as soon as possible because the big one will come and other events will also happen. The third reason I want to mention is the people. It's wonderful people to work with, and just being in that great community gives me a lot of joy and a lot of satisfaction. As such, I want to just name a few people within the city, David, Carol, Rick, who opened up the session tonight, our friends at Public Works who do a tremendous work for us, for example, with the ComVan, and our all Ken Erickson as he's sitting there in the first row, and he deserves to sit there. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. And as Councilmember Gilbert once said, there's federal, state, local, county, and city awards here.
I appreciate
and of
that
course,
you sorted them.
This one is the most important. Congratulations. It's my pleasure and honor to introduce Cecil Dobbs and Dick Sherman. Roll tape, please.
Thelma and Louise have nothing on Cecil Dobbs and Dick Sherman. The local guys give new meaning to the words road trip. Every Monday morning, the two pals take to the streets of Cupertino and pick up fresh produce, dairy items, bread, and pastries to help stock the food pantry at West Valley Community Services. During 2014, their weekly gleaning duties, along with extra tasks, resulted in 250 hours of volunteer service for the agency. Cecil and Dick began helping out at WVCS about 4 years ago and have steadily taken on more responsibilities. In addition to gathering groceries from 2 local markets, they bring food twice a month to clients who aren't able to visit the food pantry. And they deliver food to De Anza College for the Campus Covered program targeting at-risk students. Reliable, compassionate, and dedicated, Cecil and Dick are always willing to fill in on other shifts, to make multiple trips if necessary, and to assist any volunteer who needs a hand. At WVCS, Monday mornings are a piece of cake because that's when Cecil and Dick are on the road again.
So looks like only one of the Thelma and Louis is here today. I hear that Cecil is traveling, yes. Correct? I have a few more notes here about you and all that you do. And being a very proud past board member of West Valley Community Service, I truly, truly appreciate everything that you do. One of the things that you and Cecil are part of is the Campus Cupboard program with De Anza College. And being on the commission in De Anza, this is one of the programs that I initiated, so I can't believe that it went forward so far. Thank you so much for taking care of all our starving students at De Anza College. And during the holidays, they help both WVCS and St. Joseph's at the same time, delivering Thanksgiving meals donated by the church members, if I'm not mistaken. And again, another thing that Dick and Cecil also have in common is they're both licensed ham radio operators, which again comes in very useful for our emergency operations. So yes, that deserves it. So if you can see a trend, it's West Valley and emergency operations, and both very, very vital to our community. So thank you all for being here, and a lot of you are here today. Would you like to say a few words?
I spoke with Cecil this morning. He's in Donegal, Ireland. He said he was sorry, but he couldn't make it tonight. But he joins me in thanking you for this great honor. Compared to other people that we've seen this evening, our contributions are minimal, but we still enjoy doing it and helping those that are the clients at West Valley. People ask us usually two questions. Why do you do this? And what do you get from it? And the answer to the first question about why do we do this is very short. We do it because it's the right thing to do. And what do we get out of it? We get out much more than we give. The personal relationships that we've established over the last 4 years at West Valley are just wonderful. The people there are great. We come in the morning, there are clients lined up to get the food from the food pantry, and they all thank us as we come in to go out and get the food. The staff greets us, most of them. Some of them ask us if we want the CREST Award. We like to keep, Cecil and I like to keep under the radar, and this is hardly that. But I think we get much more out of our volunteerism than we give. And I'm very grateful, especially to my family that complains only minimally when I'm gone, doing the various things that I do. Thank you again. It's a great honor for us, and especially for West Valley, who does a wonderful job caring for those in need. Thank you.
So again, the federal, state, local, and county awards.
Thank you.
And this one. You can hold it any which way you want. I think that would, they can see better this way. I'm sorry, I didn't call you back because you need to receive it for Louis. This is for Cecil Dobbs. So thank you for receiving this on his.
Thank you.
City Council Member Darcy Paul can be here on his behalf. I would like to give this award to Margaret Reach. Is she here? There she is. Please roll the tape.
Whether it's the Fall Festival or the fireworks show, the Big Bunny Run or the Tournament of Bands, if it's a special event in Cupertino, Margaret Rich will be there. No matter how large the crowd is, Margaret is easy to spot, always standing ready to offer medical assistance in the first aid booth. One of the first volunteers to join the city's Medical Reserve Corps in 2007, Margaret attended every major community event last year where medical support was on hand. A former nurse, she brings a warm smile, a deep commitment to care for others, and more than 40 years of experience to her volunteer work. In addition to the hours she spends attending events and trainings during the year, she also mentors other medical emergency responders and teaches classes in CPR. And she's a dedicated member of Santa Clara County's Medical Volunteers for Disaster Response. Medical emergencies may be unexpected, but one thing is predictable. If Margaret Rich is on the scene, she'll know just what to do, and she'll do it with trademark compassion and competence.
Looks like people got hurt playing with colors. Did people get hurt playing with colors?
Stuff in the eyes.
Stuff in the eyes. And a little more about her. She also is doing a lot of things at the Medical Reserve Corps program, again, part of the Disaster Council. So I'm, again, very truly honored to be here on stage with you to give you this award, if you'd like to say a few words.
Not prepared for this part. This is quite an honor for me. I never had any expectation of this nature because I just really enjoy working with the volunteers, my group over here in the second row with the CERT and the Medical Reserve Corps. I also volunteer with the county medical volunteers as well, and they have a good cooperative efforts back and forth, I think. And this has actually turned into kind of an extension of my long nursing career. It has given me something else to focus on with that knowledge and giving me a chance to work with people again and work with the public at some of the outreach events that we have for the city. So I thank you very much.
Congratulations. Thank you. These are awards from the federal, state, local, and county. And you mentioned county, so you do doubly deserve that.
Very nice, thanks.
And this is our CREST Award.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And it's my honor now to introduce our Mayor, Rod Sings.
Hi, everybody. I found out a week or so ago, after we'd scheduled this event, long after we'd scheduled the event, that my daughter was going to be the recipient of a award or two this evening at Monte Vista High School, in an event that also started this evening at 7. And so I was privileged to have our Vice Mayor filling in, and apologize that I therefore couldn't be here at the beginning. And many of you know we spend a lot of time in public service, but sometimes our families come first. And so I appreciate the Vice Mayor filling in for me, but I'm here now, and I want to introduce you to a citizen hero named Cathey Edwards. Let's take a look at the tape.
5 years ago, when a local rotating shelter for homeless men folded for lack of funding, Cathey Edwards mourned the loss and then decided to do something about it. After 2 years of hard work and countless hours, she restored what is now the Faith in Action Silicon Valley Rotating Shelter and recreated it as an independent nonprofit operating 365 days a year. A Cupertino resident for more than 30 years, Cathey is employed as a legal consultant. Yet last year, despite job and family obligations, she logged more than 1,200 hours as the shelter's volunteer executive director. In 2014, her unpaid duties included frequent meetings with board staff and shelter host members, volunteer coordination, opening new sites, speaking engagements, writing grant proposals, fundraising, event planning, and working with accountants, insurance agents, and bankers. Cathey's efforts and those of other dedicated volunteers have paid off. In 3 years, 165 men have been through the shelter program and benefited from extensive case management. 79 of them have found jobs and moved into permanent housing.
Cathey, please come up. Now, I understand that you've started the shelter twice.
Yes.
And in its reincarnation, you picked it up, you turned it into the institution it is today. In doing that, you enlisted the help of more than 20 congregations and community organizations. And I have to tell you, I go do a lot of ceremonial stuff, as my colleagues do, and we visit and speak at and interact with a lot of nonprofits, but most of the nonprofits I interact with have paid executive directors. And what's your salary at this shelter?
It's immeasurable.
Immeasurable. Yes, we understand. And if you could appreciate that the goods and in-kind services that Cathey is able to muster, you have a full-time job doing something else, right?
Yes.
What is that?
I'm a legal consultant for small corporations.
Yeah, okay. But you are running an organization that is getting donations, in-kind services that is valued at more than $120,000 a year. You know, that really is remarkable that you would put all of your extra time into that. Last year, I understand that you linked up with Nova JobWorks to try to bring some of these folks who are coming to your shelter to hook them up with job possibilities. And you do a whole lot of other things. You organize a Thanksgiving meal at Sunnyvale Church every year for anybody who wants to come. And I remember at Rotary, we've regularly brought our meals over where they had no other home, where folks weren't home. And I know that you have also delivered meals for veterans at our armories, and also you're a senior high advisor at your church to the girls there. So from all of these activities, we thank you from the bottom of our heart, and we congratulate you on doing so much in our community with all that extra time that you must have. So. You want to take this? Okay. Go ahead.
I'll just set that there. Well, thank you. Thank you, Mayor Sinks, and thank you all. This is, I'm just overwhelmed with the honor of this award, and just by your presence here today, a lot of my friends and board members and host council members and even the guests of the shelter are here tonight, and I just really appreciate that. Like we said in the video, we've sheltered more than 165 men over the past 3 years, and we've now moved 81 of them into permanent housing. And we are giving our guests an opportunity to change their lives while not all of them move into housing, all of them are touched by the support of our staff and by the community. You know, some funding sources won't even entertain a proposal for funding of our nonprofit because the word faith is in our name. Well, I believe that every nonprofit is faith-based, because you have to have faith in order to start up and run an agency that serves the public. Our organization is an agency that provides services to men who are homeless, and we collaborate with the faith community and the community at large to house our shelter and to operate our program. So yes, I have faith. I have faith in our staff. I have faith in our board and our host council. I have faith in the many volunteers who shop, host, and provide all the meals for our program. I have faith in our guests who are willing to follow the rules and move forward with their lives and share their successes and their defeats. And I have faith in the community that supports this program, because I could never do what I do without all these people and all that they contribute. So thank you very much for this honor and your support.
And the last award winner on our program tonight is the Tzu Chi Foundation. Let's take a look.
Visitors to Cupertino's weekly farmers market usually carry reusable bags or baskets, unless they're members of the Tzu Chi Foundation, and then they carry crates. Rain or shine, every Friday afternoon when the market closes, Tzu Chi volunteers meet the van from West Valley Community Services and help unload donation crates. Then they distribute the crates among farmers who have saved their surplus produce for WVCS. Once the crates are filled with fresh fruit and vegetables, the volunteers move quickly from booth to booth, picking up the loaded crates and carrying them back to the van for delivery to the agency's food pantry. Tzu Chi is an international humanitarian organization. In 2014, these local members collected 40,000 pounds of fresh produce for WVCS clients. The volunteers began gleaning at the market in 2007. They've now forged strong relationships with local growers. Friendly, hardworking, and reliable, Foundation members serve the community in other ways as well. Twice a week, they visit patients at a Cupertino skilled nursing facility, bringing music, song, good cheer, and plenty of smiles.
Let's have Tzu Chi on stage. Who's representing this great foundation this evening? Here we are. Oh, thank God. Welcome.
Thank you.
How are you?
Good. Great.
Good to see all of you. Thank you for coming up. So this is really a remarkable story. Your organization is founded in Buddhism, but you've gone now to become a significant nonprofit in our region as part of a global network. And you're a nonprofit, you're not a government organization.
Right.
You promote charity, humanity, medical work, and education. And the remarkable story in our community started with exactly one retailer, Les Boulangers. And as I understand it, can I use the word glean? Is this a word you use? I've heard this used at West Valley Community Services, among other places. But you figured out how to collect food that wasn't going to be eaten, was just going to be tossed. And you brought that to West Valley Community Services. Yeah? But soon, that wasn't enough for you. You organized and you started collecting from 10 bakeries, from as far south as Morgan Hill and all the way up to the East Bay. Right? Isn't that remarkable? And that wasn't enough either, because at this point, Tzu Chi volunteers in Northern California collect over 10,000 pounds of bread every month, and they deliver it to 31 destinations. So sometimes you start with something really small, and you grow it to something very profound. In addition, because this organization has a mission to educate, they established a Tzu Chi Academy right here in Cupertino, currently with 400 students enrolled from pre-K to 12th grade. And worldwide, the organization that they're a part of does projects like bone marrow donation, environmental protection, community volunteerism, and international relief efforts. So think about how 1 becomes 10, becomes 31 pantries, becomes 10,000 pounds a month of food. It's a remarkable story. And so I am very honored, and you should be, to be our last recipient this evening.
Hello. So not only 1, 2, 3, 4, we have about more than 10 volunteers down in the chair. Can you stand up, please? So do they look happy and healthy? Yeah, they smile. They look very healthy because of all this great exercise from the volunteer work. In the Bay Area, we have about more than 1,000 volunteers, and on the average, at least 100 hours from every volunteer. So I think every year we were able to contribute more than 100,000 hours of volunteer work to the Bay Area. And I want to thank Mayor Sinks for such a wonderful spokesperson for us. Introduce the foundation so well. But for sake of time, I just want to share a very, very essence or essential spirit of this foundation. And it's basically the power of simplicity and the power of synergy. Look at the uniform, how simple it is, right? Everyone wear the same uniform except for me. Because my title is CEO, that means cheerleader and entertainment officer. So I hope I can cheerlead these volunteers and give a little bit entertainment. But I cannot sing, I cannot dance, but I can share how much powerful simplicity and synergy is. So this foundation was founded almost 50 years ago by 30 housewives donating 50 cents every day. Donating only 50 cents every day. And they don't want to donate $15 a month. Why? Because, as the previous recipient said, that's the right thing to do. Because every day when you donate 50 cents, it reminds you deep in your heart what you are doing today. And that's the simplicity. And through synergy, through accumulation, look, these 30 housewives organization 50 years ago, today it becomes 10 million members and donors organization, a United States NGO throughout the world. And I'm so proud that the Cupertino city offers such a wonderful place for our volunteers to contribute here. So I really thank the city of Cupertino and the citizens in Cupertino, especially the West Valley Community Service, to give us such a wonderful opportunity to exercise and do excitement things. And on the last note, I also want to say that Cupertino City is not only a great city for high tech, but also a great city for high touch. Because recently, the Nepal earthquake, our relief team, we already sent 5 relief teams to Nepal to do relief work already. And guess what? A lot of resource comes right from here because so many people in Cupertino City donate and help the people suffering in Nepal. I think that's most meaningful, most wonderful thing that the city of Cupertino people and the city government have been doing other than the local community service. I appreciate. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, I'm certainly looking forward to going back and reviewing this meeting. I know it's going to be shown again and again on the City Channel. I didn't get to see all the award winners, and I'm feeling like I'm a little left out. But I promise you, I'm going to be one of the first ones as soon as the video hits to go take a look and celebrate all of the rest of you. And at this point, I'd like to thank you all for coming. I'd like to thank you all for contributing to the life of our city and making Cupertino such a special place. We have a reception in the lobby, and I would invite you to partake and celebrate all that you've accomplished in our city and chat us up about the next things you want to get done in our great city. Thank you so much for coming this evening.